So today we will discuss about leadership. What is leadership? The definition of leadership, according to the Peter Disley, is leadership is the ability to influence other with or without authority. All successful endeavors are leaders. Human efforts, thus ability to influence other, is a deviation of interpersonal communications and conflict management, problem solving. These are the leadership role ability. Let's discuss one by one. Okay, is it visible to all of you? My screen. So today we will discuss about leadership. What is leadership? That is unit 4. We will start how those leadership can be effect about those policies, communications, and all these structure, organizations, etc. So leadership role, functions, attributes, and other types of leader. What is leader? So we will discuss these things. Am I audible to all of you? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So leadership, it is a role. Actually, leader is a need some personal quality. All persons cannot be as a leader because leader having some influence to other. So what are the influences? How these leaderships can be achieved? Because it is a quality, not it is any kinds of job or any things. So it is a quality. So what is quality? According to that, some philosophers, Peter Deal say his ability to influence other, that is the leader. So with or without authority, someone having power or someone having not power, but along with according to the speech, according to the quality of communications and all other things, what happens, the peoples which are influenced other peoples, so the quality, that is the nothing but the leadership. So all successful endeavors are the results of human efforts. That means human efforts which can be discussed. So influence, how to influence other, the quality. So you have to know, if you want to become a leader, so you have to know how to influence other. That constitute means of interpersonal communications, conflicts management, and problem solving. If you are being a leader, want to being a leader, then you have these qualities. Interpersonal communications, that means how to communicate with the others, or effectively, that is the important parameters or important thing. Then conflict management, if there are two parties are having some conflict and you have to manage that conflict, you have to solve the problem. That are the different quality of leaders. So interpersonal effectiveness, let's go in details. Interpersonal effectiveness is the capability of individual to do the influence other and competently. How to influence, that becomes interpersonal effectiveness. Leadership is a direct function of three elements of interpersonal effectiveness. So this interpersonal effectiveness consisting of three functions, so it is awareness, ability and commitment. So awareness, ability and commitment, these are the three important factors for the interpersonal effectiveness of a leader. So this conjugation of all these things, awareness, ability, commitment, that consisting of effectiveness to attract or effectiveness to affect others. So awareness, become a leader, you have to have gain a adequate knowledge among all the parameters. So awareness is a state of consciousness. Being a leader, someone having awareness among all these things, it does not having in dormant condition or in a very lazy mood. So all good leader having good consciousness of awareness. It is the ability to recognize yourself, others, events and situations in real time. The present situation, present of minds, that is called the awareness. And it is the ability to access the impact of actions on situations and other, and may be critically self-reactive. By seeing the reactions of others, or by immediate something you have to decide and take some actions, that is called awareness of the interpersonal effectiveness probability. So it is the development of the process that is a functions of experience, communications, self-diversity and feedback. That is the mixture of all these things. Everywhere, experience play a major roles. Experience and communications. Second is ability to learn the understand technical issues in the basis of the careers. So ability is also lead a function of the influence. How to influence others? There will be a specific ability how to functions or other persons, influence the other persons. Ability to communicate, ability to resolve conflicts, ability to solve problems and make decisions. As a member of the team, we influence other in a collaborative effort to find better ideas of the solve problems. That is the ability. How to influence, how to communicate. The leader having a good quality as is being ability. Third is the commitment. But for leaders, one thing that leads to maturity is the fully aware of recognitions that one's decisions make a difference. Common person decision and the leadership decision, that is a fully difference. If the leaders, for example, they are commit something, we are able to do this, so the commitment they have keep the things, and both positively or negatively whatever they are commit, they do that thing. Commitment means commitment in the lives of others, and their attempt to solve problems might have decided negative impact of some other helping others. So these are the commitment. Then in no sin scenario, one must still make a hard decisions. So even if there are two parties, one party is favorable and another party is in a opposite mode, but according to the leader, what happened, he have to decide which is the best for all. Then next is movie examples, untouchables, moment of the truth of idiotsness. Will is the next. This is the one example. What are you prepared to do? Then he replies, anything I have to do, make that thing is right. That means the leader, whatever he do, whatever he speak, he has to explain these things in a correct way. For example, says everyone knows there are problems, but no one is willing to attempt to do some things. So who one is the solve to attempt to do and come forward to solve this problem, that is the quality of leaderness. So all things you have to do, so that is must have to write whatever they are helping or whatever they are making commitment, all the things they are making some initiative, so that is the leadership's commitment. Then attributes of a leader. What are the different varieties of functionalities, attributes are of a leader? Qualities. First is the guiding vision. That is effectiveness of leaders knows that what to do and when to do, and what is the strength of a character or to pursue their objectives in face of oppositions and spite failures. So effective leader establish achievable goals, does not displace something is wrong and something is right. You have to take decision in a such way that that can be favorable to both parties, and that having the greatest oppositions and lowest in failure. Second is patience. The leader having a great passion of something, effective leaders believe passionately in their goals. Whatever they are thinking, whatever the goal, whatever the target, they all believe in these goals and have a positive outlooks for the goals. And they love their too. And the patience of the life is guiding star and the follows because the radiates promise. Because once the commitment and do promise to whatever they things doing, that is very much important. So the commitment or doing things are very much important for a leader. Third point is integrity. That becomes because they know who they are. Effective leaders are also aware the weakness, because every people, every person, they have the strength and the weakness. But the leaders who knows the weakness and does not influence the weakness to others, does not commit the outside the weakness, only they are focused on the strength and the promises they can follow through, because everyone does not follow full strengthly and fully whatever they are commitment, but the leader they try to follow whatever they commit, and whatever their good strength, they are the power of the leader. Next point is honesty. Leaders convey the era of the honesty in both the professional and the personal life. Honesty, these are the different attributes. If you have this type of attributes, then you may become the leaders. So honesty is the main attributes, both personal as well professional. Whatever they are telling, they honestly telling. Then next is trust. Effective leaders also trust of their followers and act behalf of their followers. The representative, the leader become the representative of the parties of the group of people. So the people and the leader, they have trust to each other. The build up the trust, whatever the peoples are doing or whatever they are acting, they are having a peace of mind, their commitment or their ability. The leader, they can build a trust among the peoples. Next is curiosity. Leaders are always learner. They never ends learning. That's what to do, what the next, if we are doing that and what will be happen. So always having some curiosity to learn. The wonder what they are expect their changes. Every changes, everywhere they are updated to themselves. And they find out they need no other pursue their goals. The goals are changeable according to the society, according to the situations. The leaders may changes, adopt their things, and the curiosity to learn what is the next, what is the next. This is the attribute of leaders. Then risks. Effective leaders takes calculated risks. There are different kinds of risks: uncalculated risks, unlimited risks, calculated risks. Something is very low risks, high risks. But the leader, they take risks, but in a limited period or in a limit, within a limit. That's called calculated risk. If they are failure in doing something, there may have some alternative idea or alternative way for them. So that is called calculated risk. Is very much necessary to take to find out the objectives of the leaders. If a mistake is made, then there must have another way to out from this mistake. The leader also learn from the mistakes. What is the mistakes? What is the why the mistakes happens? So the leader also learn these things from their mistake. It is an opportunity to explore other avenues, because every leaders or every persons for their mistakes they learn one step further, and in next steps they are going to ahead one by one. Next is dedication. The effective leader is a dedicated person also. So his and her charges or changes, he will work accordingly on behalf of those following. Means whatever they are decided, whatever the target, the work very dedicatedly without hampering the things. So the leader gives himself or herself entirely to the task when it is necessary. That means the fully dedicated to work, fully dedicated for the goal where the is become a leader. It is never diverted. Then next is charisma. This may be the one attribute that most difficult to cultivate. It conveys maturity, respect for your failures, and compensation, a fine sense of humor, and a love of humanity. That is called charisma. That means every person who follow the leader, they have built why become a leader. In their heart of the followers, they have some compensations, the humors, the humanities for him. That is the most important things. When it is achieved, when the leader target the emotional things attachment to the other peoples or followers, the result that leaders have the capability to motivate the people. That's why whatever the leader says, all peoples are blindly following that one because they have some capability to influence this kind of people. So listening, next attribute is listening. Leaders does not having some in a hurry mood. They are a good listeners. The listen first. What is the problem? What is the important? What is unimportant? What are the problem of the followers? Every little things of the followers. The leader must listens. So I am the leader. I do not listen. That is not the attribute because leader is not a boss. Leader is not a manager. Leader is something who is aligned with this worker or aligns with the other followers. Then what is the difference between leader and manager? So leader, that is a person who follows by others. That is a leader. Means people are spontaneously following because the ability, because the speciality of this person. So that automatically become leader. So we previously studied the different kinds of attributes. If you have, then automatically people are falling behind you. You become a leader. It does not declare yourself, I am a leader, follow me. That is not the thing. Second is manager, that is the person controlling the administrative business. See here the difference. Leader does not control. People are spontaneously following, but manager controls the personality, other persons, through the powers or administrative power for a business or some kind of business. So the person having some power to control other, that is called manager. But the leader does not control. People spontaneously follow the attributes of the leaders due to the different kinds leader. So the person who regards in terms of skill in household and financial for other management. Someone having specialities, study different factors for specialty, how the maintenance of things happens, how the operation parts takes place. So different sections, there are different departments, different kinds of the managers are there. So managers, the financial manager, management manager, household manager, or any types of other manager. So manager is the post or having some definite power to control the flow. That is called manager. So leadership. What is leadership? Leader and leadership. The quality of a person's having a leader, that is leadership. So leadership is the ability to develop a vision that motivates other to move with a passion toward the common goal. That means the quality of leaders they develop someone, and within the quality they the leadership is the attributes how he can motivate others for a common goal. That means what is the target? For the target, you have to align of the followers of the peoples and to achieve this target. For example, our freedom movement, Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader. Mahatma Gandhi does not control these things. He is not a manager. People are spontaneously follow him. So what is the motive? That is independence. So for this motive, the whole peoples are follow something. So a common motive leadership is developed. But a management is the ability to organize resources. Managers are just resource organizers or control of resources or control of different powers. They have some powers to execute to control the resources, whether it is human resources, whether it is different resources. So any kinds of resources, the persons who control or manage the things that are called managers, which can be executed for a specific task or a specific goal in a timely manner, because every company, every organization, they have some specific tasks in some specific time. So they have some targets to achieve. So that is the things the managers, for that they are work and they are working the other subordinate to achieve the target in a cost effective manner. So leader ability or leader work is to reduce the cost also manage. So leadership or BS management, that means management seeks stability and predictability, because manager they are controlling the resource powers and everything. Peoples are by defaultly forcefully controlled by the leaders, they call management. Then leadership seeks improvement in the changes, because in leadership some followers or group of peoples are follow the leaders, they are also same working for the same goals, large numbers of people are following, but here the people have freedom freedom to choose whether they are accepting him or not. But in the management, the workers or the people does not having such kind of freedom. Leaders do the right things. Obviously, they are whatever doing that is right thing. But the manager do things right. This is the difference, because it has some powers. So use that power to correct all these unnecessary things in a right way. That is called right things. Do things right with some powers. But leaders, they whatever doing, they are become right. So leadership is a kind of soft skill. Soft skill means it is a quality, it is a ability to influence. So it is called soft skill. It having some communication power. So we will discuss in subsequent class what is communications. So communication is very much important. Communication means to communicate other people that what kind of way he talking, what kind of way he is conversing with other people, that's why that the other peoples are influenced by the leader. So communication is the most important vital management or vital tool for the leadership. The way of communicate others. Then motivations. The leaders having some motivational powers. They motivate other people to work. They are not forcefully achieving something. They motivate two other people to spontaneously their work. Stress management, obviously they have also good stress management. Everywhere there is stress, but by taking stress we do not disqualify, we do not lead or do not uh, unnecessarily hamper our health, but we have to take the risk, take the stress and manage properly. So that quality have also leader have. Team building. Team building is a leader, he automatically build a team, or most of the people follow him with his the ability, inherent ability. So a group having a leader, good leader is a good team. The work of the team is become very clean and successful. Then change management. The leader also can ability to change the whole management things, because all peoples are follow him and the following the things if it is right, then he can change the management through the leadership. Then management, it is a hard skill. In terms of hard skill, that means it has some powers, they have some punishment, give punishment, they have some target, very hardly rudely, it having some time stipulated things, scheduled things, that is having particular target of time, you have to complete this by 10 o'clock, like that, otherwise we will deduct your salary. So these kind of attributes are there: timing, scheduling, staffing, which task is given to which staff, activity analysis, what are the activity we are doing in a whole days, if you are going in a trip or somewhere, then what is the activity you have to. So the manager, they are having the hard skill. Project controls. So every kinds of projects the managers can control through his managership. Managers have the following attributes. We already discussed what leaders have the attributes. Now we will be discussing what are the attributes of managers. They consider alternative to design. That means managers do not accept the wrong things or do not having some ideal things. So they already always have a alternative for everything. Estimate cost involved, because managers they are get salary paid, so the cost cutting or salary cost analysis is very much involved by the manager. Establish risks to the organizations. What is the risk which is can be taken? That is also having high risk for the organizations. Develop a schedule for the project. That means a timeline, a budget timeline, all can be decided by the managers. Include decision steps. The leader does not decide itself, but the manager who is taking decision on behalf of him, not others. But the leader, they can approaches other and take a decision what is good for other. Then manage changes on an orderly fashions. So here the managers do step by step management. For example, higher authority passes the order to junior authority, then sub junior authority, like that. Then keep the team motivated and enforced, because managers also, they have to given some target, so they have also motivated the employees. Review responsibilities and goals with each team player. That means every workers or every team players, the role and responsibility are divided each and separately. State clearly the basis of evaluations and reach the person fits into the organizations. So it become very strict if someone is not having some kinds of ability, so does not require that things. So whatever the organization's goal responsibility there, every persons follow the manager, they must have ability to goal achieve the goals and all things. Otherwise they are discarded. State clearly the basic of evaluations. That means in which basis you have to evaluate, you have to clear everything. And if the person is fit, then also then it can be entered the organizations. But leader does not see all the things. Then monitor progress. So lastly, the leader can see what is the progress each day, each month, or each year. The progress report should be prepared. Set directions, set expected achievements. Obviously, the leader is a target-based things and doing all the things forcefully. So it always having some directions and achievements for each individual within the next work period, so the team members where they fit into achieving its goals. That means the main goal is subdivided into small goals, as we already discussed management by objectives. Every large goal or target is divided into small objectives of small goals, and that can be controlled through this management by objectives. So where the managers takes a play important roles. Report to administrative tasks, perform administrative tasks, report to senior management. All are the attributes of manager. If someone is reporting having a manager, they have their senior reporting manager. So everywhere there are some reports and report to manager. Money and job security plays a major role in management effectiveness. So act as a deficiency motivators. So here leader, managers, workers, they are bind together with some salary kind of thing, and a job, whether they have permanent job, they have some temporary jobs, what is the salary of wages of every employee each day or in a monthly basis. So all the things are managed by this manager. So being a leader, you have to do all the things. If you want to get headed, that means if you want to become a leader, you must assume what you assume. You must be assume the everything that happens to you result in a situation that is in your control. So whatever the situations, you have assumed that you are in under control. Then the attitudes you convey is what you are judged on, what you should judge. That is the message or attitude which can be transferred to the peoples. What you think and what do you private life, that you also read in the public and corporate life. The leader is one, all the people are follower, not follower blindly, not only in professional life but also private life. Have you seen many types of examples? What are the different design of clothes wear by hero, heroine or something? The people are blindly follow to that things. So these are called this, because the private life and professional life both are judged, both are followed by these different persons. You are what you think to believe. You are what you think and believe. That means become a leader, you have to a very judgment persons, very clear and concept in your thinking, do not hesitate something to do. So all the things are the quality of a good leader. If you are never meet a challenges, you will never find the solutions, because if there is no problem, there is no invention. If there is problem, then only invention occurs. That's why the leader can be ready for every situations in every moment of the life, both in professional as well as personal life. So then recipe for a being leader, that means what are the important quality in you develop so that you are become a good leader. Take control of your life. First thing, life does not control you, you have to control your life. So that is very important things, what you are in your control or not. Assume personality for two who are convey positive and dynamic attitude in everything to do. Assume responsibility for who are you, because leader always take responsibility by themselves. No one is not followed to do something. Itself, someone who is being leader, they are take some leadership role. Convey positive and dynamic attitude. Everything you do, that means whatever leader take decides, whatever they are doing, there must be a positive and dynamic attitude which can be seen by the followers and follow you greatly. Accept blames, learn from your mistakes. So if, because every human persons, they are blaming each other. So there must be a blaming persons and one blame things. So if someone is blaming you, do not argue, do not fight with him or her. Just accept your mistakes. Yes, perhaps I have made some mistake. Let's improve others. Next things. So this might their attitude. That is the very important thing. So accept all blame to you. Then take blame for everything that happens in the unit. For example, if you are a leader and if you are lead a 10 groups of people, but you are not the culprit, someone is doing some fault, someone is doing some cracks, or someone is doing some wrong things, but he does not convey that one. So as a leader, you have take all responsibility to all the things. That is the blame, you have to accept it for the others also, not only you. Give credit whenever it is due. If you are taking help from others, whichever may be, whatever may be, give proper credit. Yes, I am taking help from his or her. Be compassionate when you review your team members' progress or lack thereof. Because as a leader, you monitor all the persons in a group and always compensate whatever they are doing. Just motivate them, compensate them, so the leader is having influence to other people. Then think great thoughts. The simple thinking, you do not become a leader. You have to highlight a large vision and you have to thought a very distinct vision, a big goal. So that is the most important thing. Small thinking is the companies go broke, because small mentality, small things that does not work here. So being a leader, think a long, turn disasters into opportunities. Whatever thing, because always there is some disaster, somewhere there is losses. But when you find some disasters, some losses, make the situations like that, it is an opportunity for the company or the things. So they turn every obstacle into personal strength. So whatever obstacles they found in the road, they do not afraid of that and just go beyond this and become the first person to achieve the goal. So determine your goals, then strive to achieve them. Fix your goal, fix your target, fix your objective. Yes, this much I can effect up to last of this month. So you just work on the focus on that and achieve your goals and targets. Determine the real goals and strive to achieve them. So there are different fake goals and real goals. Real goals are something you can achievable, and the fake goals are that has not been achievable. So focus on the real goals. When you want to tell someone something important, do it personally. As a leader, they never spoke so much in public. If you have, they have some queries or something, they are slowly moves to the down, and they are having some queries. Even you want to tell someone something, means very carefully. Do not tell in front of every person. Do not be afraid to get your hands dirty doing whatever the work. So being a leader, always work with the person or the people and initiate everything, and do not afraid that this is a bad work, I will become dirty, because as a leader you have to do some that work also. Make coffee for others. That means good leader they can also serve others or the other team members. Then next qualities or thing is listen effectively. Being a leader, they listens the every person's qualities very effectively. Encourage teamwork and participations, because in a being a leader, you are the head of all the persons, but here no one going to be clean or bleach. So you have to encourage the teamwork to come forward and do work spontaneously. Empower team members. Empower team members means as a leader you have give some reference, give some powerful things that can be helped to other leaders, other peoples. So communicate effectively. Proper communication should be there. Whatever you are tell, whatever you are listen, there must be accompanied with the others. Emphasizing long-term productivity. Do not focus on the short-term opportunities. Being a leader, obviously look forward and being a achieve the target. Make sounds and timely decisions. Whatever things you are decide, make sounds. That means you have to uh, do that work that it can be make easily and very effectively and within the stipulated time players. For example, if you are doing some things for in, that is duration is 6 months, but after 2 years it is not happened, then it is not the target. So whatever may be sounds, what is happening, reality, they have to take decisions. Treat each persons as a individuals. Everywhere, every persons are a individuals. So do not neglect anyone. Do not ignore anyone. As a leader, take every persons in your team as a very important thing, very important person. Do not neglect anything. Protect your team. That is, whenever there is a opportunities, you have to take all risks to you, not your team members. So that what happens, the team members, all the followers, they are having great trust on you and they are again following blindly. Protect your team, then have vision, courage, and commitment. We already discussed the leader having some courage, some commitment, some proper vision, targets. So, in order to achieve he or she, they may be work properly. So, holistic communications. So, what is holistic communication? What are your personal or career objectives? To identify problems and create winning solutions to solve them. Is it the leadership qualities? Leadership they does not have some personal problems as a whole problem. For example, if something is going wrong and it is solved only for you, that is not the leadership work. That problem can be solved for everyone. So that is the work for leadership. To lead effectively with inspirations or motivate. Every person's need very effectively motivations, because it is very hard to judge everything. So to be control your world, to make things happen for you. That means whatever you become, whatever you keep in surrounding, they are resonates you. So whatever you think, whatever you act, that are not only affect you but affect all about your team members. So take proper decisions here. To make your personal resources effectively, as a leader, both personal and professional resources you have to count in it. To be president of your own company, to be millionaire if you are ready. That means as a commitment of the leaderships, you have to thought that you are the sole owner of the company and take responsibility how to change these things. So be a millionaire equality. So you have to think, yes, I become a great person one day. That enthusiastic thing. I become millionaire. Yes, I earn lots of money in futures. So that enthusiastic thing that is very much important for the become a leadership. The way you stand or sit, that is also important, indicates whether you are an open person, especially approachable. So that also see whether you are a open or something wrong. Tell others whether you could be a good team players. Suggest that you are the frank and honest. So tell others what really thinks and them. So whatever you are part of the team. So the actual parameters that thing can be shown to every person or every members of the team. Do not lie or do not hide something that is not favorable to the team. The way you dress, that is also very important, because lots of people they are watching you, they are following you. So whatever the dress, whatever the things you are using it, whatever you are going to use, that also impact significant impact on these things. Indicates the way of your dress, that indicates whether you are have conventional ideas, whatever they are in radicals. If you are wear just simple simple shirt pant or dhoti kurta instead of some coat pajama, so that also decides where you have to go, what is your motiveness, your wearing dressing clothings, all are saying say some things. So that's so how neat you are, how neat and clean you are. Your dressing sense is very much important. Suggest whether you are fit in the company's image. So just fill up yourself and fit yourself within the company role and goal, objective and main, all these ideas. Make statement about whether you not care enough to find about the company, is image and objectives. So you have to take some sentence like you are the very good and you are going to work, all the things, something. So shows immediately whether you are confident or whether you are not. So your wording, it becomes a leader. Your wording, the things is also shows very much effectiveness. Convey whether you are warm and friendly or not, approve, cool or reserved. Because some people they are easily mix up with the others, and some people do not have ability to talk with others. So as a leader, become friendly to all others and mix up immediately. Tell whether you are dynamic or energetic or procrastinate. That means you tell others, because as a leader you does not hide your weakness and strength. You have to feel free to understand every person's. Convey these images whether solving, intuitive problem solving, logical or any kind of step solving, then we can help. That means every cases, every times the peoples are follow you. So whatever you are taking some decision, that is a very great importance. So says whether you are avoid conflicts or seek it. That means if some conflicts occur, so you have to ability to avoid this. Say whether you are materialistic or idealistic. If some materials is there, just forget this material and come back, or you have to come with those materials. That means every person's having some its own responsibilities. So all responsibility can be actively participated. Holistic communication, last mein, what is the conclusions? That means communication is the holistic concept. That means it is very clear, because without communications, no thing is happening, whether it is some heights or some in plain area. When the leader walks, that follows everywhere same. So it does not seem that the leader is walking in a height area or plain area. So or he is a walking in a very decorative cart. So I am the leader. No, that is not the way. If you want to achieve greatness in your chosen objectives, so must communicate historically. So if you are focusing your objective, then must obey or the address or the things where the leadership goes. So according to the words, not enough to write well, to know a lots of big words, because leadership, the communication is very important, the speech is very important. So you have to learn enough English or enough words to motivate the followers. You can change the way you appear to others by changing your behavior pattern. If you are want to become leader, then just change your behavior according to the others. And if you want to change behaviors of patterns, then you must change everything of yourselves. So in order to change yourselves to become a leader, so whatever the quality of leader, the associative things leader, you have to follow all the paths, all the attributes very carefully. What is the bottom line for you? So what is the bottom line? You are the control of your environment. You can make every setback opportunity to success, become a leader. So this is very much important points, how to become a leader. You can be anything you can be. That is very much important. Whatever you want, you may get. You do not want, then someone may not be get. So that is the things. If you want, you may get. It does not want, it does not get. So what is the difference? What? So you can become the persons you want to be. So dress like the persons. For example, you follow some important famous persons like Salman Khan or some things or some actresses. So people are just follow their dress pattern, so the hairstyle, so follow everything of these persons. So that actually works. If you follow something very carefully, a great leader, then you become also a great leader. Self evaluation, you have to take what is the real responsibility or your personality. Take some test. Here you become a manager or become a honest leader. Do you understand yourself? Do you having some awareness program? So this is self evaluation as you become a leader or not. Next is that building a team. Once you have confidence that yes, I become a great leader by doing some things, and make a team first. Take up team selection is very much important. So should become what the part of the team. So whenever there is a 10 number of 20 number of persons are in a team, so you does not feel them that you are the superior of the whole team, but feel them as you are the members of the team. An effective team helps feel barrier are doing something roadable and themselves the organizations. So this is a important effective teams does. Enjoy is more satisfying work life because you are the leader of the particular things. Then you may get have low personal life as compared to the working life. So you have to enjoy this working life. More in control of their jobs, making contribution with were very used, learning new skills beyond related, recognize and respect to others. So this is the attribute for the building of a team. Then when team is operating well, leader and the numbers are clear to each goals and communicated to them. Once team is built, we just communicate what to do, what not to do. So the leader can be an effective communicator. All clear terms, goals and communicated to them. What you actually want, they are clear, cutly targeted or shown, described in the pattern. Feel ownership of the problem rather than blaming. Normal human activity is to blame others. If it is something you want and does not happen in front of you, so you just blame others. So that is not a leadership quality. So does not blame others rather than blaming yourself. Share bias, share ideas. That is listen and show respect to others. Whatever we are using, they use on what we and I. That is the things is the for the good leaders of sign. Understanding and use of each others, know each others very well, that is know about each other personal lives, become a team because a team there are so many members are there, so you have to communicate between the teams, know each and everything of the details of the each teams, know about each other's personal lives. Obviously there also effect the leadership quality, so personal lives also they have to share, give each other help and support, become a team if someone is get some kinds of problems, then whole team can be come out to rescue them. So that is the important point of team. Recognize and deal and differences of the disagreement. That is also very much important. Whenever you are describing which is a deal, which is a differences, disagreement, or the agreement. So by looking different kinds of things. Encourage development of other teams members, because you are the leaders and you have some team members. Someone is working very well, improving, and other is not improving. So as a team member, team secretary, you have to give equal chance to other team members to become group, are loyal to the group members and leaders organizations. So because of this, same thing is strictly for 1 year, 2 year or something. So every person, every people does not cheat to the company or the employees, or they have some legal or some or attachment to this thing. Make decision based on fact and not emotion and personality. Does not stick to the emotions, because without truth, without some things, you does not be decide somewhere. So that is the things, leaders, they have to thought for all the things, does not take some emotional decision or in angry state take some decisions. Play variety of roles, serve as leader and teacher as coach, because you are a being leader, you have to do some activities spontaneously. So there is a conflict cycles occurs. So as a team, you have some solving some questions. First is the behavioral conflict, and the x-axis is the relational conflict. Emotional conflicts is less fast. Issue is the just starting phase of issue. Emotional conflict is developed, triggering the event, and the whole conflict is having in peak mode. After some times, during the changes of the behavior, the consequences is the conflict behavioral issue is resolved, and or resolution is taking some time. When to accommodate? Accommodate. Accommodate is also quality of a good leader. What is accommodate? Accommodate means when you realize you are wrong, then you have to accept it. Yes, I am the leader. I am not wrong. Everywhere I am right. That is the not way. That is the not way. So you have wrong. If you are wrong, you have to accept it, realize it, and make me changes. When the issues is much more important to the other person than you, then also you have to acknowledge. When you need a future favor or credit, you have to do somewhere. You want some things from others, then you ask before it. When continuing to the competitions of the other damage and causes, that is competitions, other damages, hard is causes, we have to have these visions. When subordinate need to develop to learn from our mistakes, because if someone is doing mistakes, next target is no one should be do the same mistake, because from that mistake all other subordinate can be learn something. Then when to compete? Compete means you have to compete somewhere. When quick dispersive action is necessary, whenever there is a take white or quick dispersive decisions you have to take, in that case the leader does not hesitate to take decision, immediately you have to take actions more. One important issue for which unpopular course of action need to implementing. That's why it is very much necessary take a sure short decision in order to take some action, and after action it is implementing to start the things. On issues vital the group welfare, when you know what you are right, that means you are always right, so you just know in a things. When protection is needed against people who take advantage of non-competitive behavior, that means as a society we are, or a group of peoples, the whole other peoples are not having an equal stage. So there should be a competitiveness, there should be some conflicts arises. So the leaders have to take the advantages to self solve these things. Then when to collaborate? Collaborate means to work simultaneously with the other organs, other things. When both sets of functions are too important for the commercialize. Yes, whenever that is necessary, you have to collaborate to work for the same goals. When it is necessary to test your assumptions, better understands the viewpoint than other parties. So that's why you have to take some collaborations, because you whatever things you do not know, by the help of other peoples, you can add to the things that you add on. When there is a need for combined ideas from the peoples with a different perspective, when commitment can be increased by incorporating the concerns of everyone into a proposal. So when there is a history of bad feeling, so these are the positions when we have to collaborate with the other organization, other institute, other things, other fruits, or maybe other anything. So next, when to compromise, because the leader you have to compromise when it is necessary. When goals are important, not the worth effort, so you have to compromise with the aggressive player. For example, in a cricket player, there are so many players are there and only one or two batsmen are there. So whenever some bowlers are angrily tell something to the batsman, because at that time the batsman takes good decisions not to argue with him. It is very often seen in the cricket players matches. So that situation, in that situations, even if you are committing some argue and very massive and unexclusive behavior or goals, that you have to come and compromise in order to achieve their goals. First achieve your goal, then you have to fight with the others. Then temporary settlement needed when extended solutions is needed when a backup comparison is failed. That's why you have to low down yourself, boys, and just work out your work. Negative consequences of competing. If you are competing something, eventually being surrounded by yes people, or for admitting error, ignorance, or uncertainty, there are some negative consequences. People are losing faith on you, then the leadership qualities become gone, and at last there is a plan or normal people's happening. So at that point, you do not lose your competence or importance by competing these things. Fear admitting error, ignorance, or uncertainty. That means fear or admitting error. Yes, I did some mistake. I do not agree with him. If I agree, then my prestige will be down. That is the fear of admitting error. That should not be in a leadership qualities. If you have made mistakes, if you made an error, just admit it. Reduce communications. That means if your communication is not good properly, then negative consequences happens. So that is not prescribed. Lack of commitment of others, more effort during the implementation of the solutions. These are the sequences where consequences is competing. Negative consequences collaborating. Too much time spent for significant issues. If you want to do simultaneously two works on the collaboration of others, but you have no time for that and another person is having lots of time. So at that time, the significant collaborating effect issue rises. Ineffective decisions maybe takes place because you dependent to others for collaborations. But when it is pure your field, that does not same kind of things happening. Unfold assumptions about the trust. So the trust, why are we going to trust? Trust is the most important thing that people to become the successful thing or to become a successful leader. Negative consequences of compromising. If you are compromising, then that is completely satisfied. No one is completely satisfied because everyone having some its own desire and other things. So you have does not completely satisfied to get the competition. If you are satisfied fully, then you are cannot compete with others. Clinical climate participations by both parties in a sellout. That means cylindrical. If you there is a kind of theory where both parties or both competitions are equally exist, equally importance given importance, even if it is some kinds of opposite leaders or opposite things, but does not, even you are consisting it is, if you are taking some ignorance, then you may be losses, your quality should be less. So larger issues, principles, long-term values, welfare, and company must be focusing Triva and the specialty of implementations. So this is the leadership qualities. Negative consequences of avoiding. If you avoid something, then maybe result of false decisions, maybe self-doubt creating things, creating input lost, lack of credibility, different anger, hostility generate. These are the consequences for the avoiding. If you do avoid this kind of things, then that all things are going to happen. So that's all about what is leadership. Negative consequences of accommodating, decrease influence. respect of ignorance by too much difference. Luxury discipline, frustrations may occur, self-esteem be underdetermined, best solution may be lost. So, in order to become leader, you have to give the both positive and negative consequences of all these things. Conflict control is the best quality of a leader. Use avoidance of ignorance of issues, common style to follow other person, structure instructions to those triggering the other unlikely to occur. So that is the conflict control. How to control conflict if there is conflict occurring? Because in a group there must be certainly conflict arises whenever it is there is something is going on. So as a leader, you have to conflict control the conflict, avoid it. Traits for the effective leaders, it is the last slide maybe. These are the traits: know strengths and weakness, hardworking, self-confidence, speak effectively in front of people, follow directions, think logically, and make decisions, solve problems, trustworthy, listen effectively, understand the needs of others, respect peoples of others' backgrounds. These all are the summary to become a great leaders or become a great leadership qualities. So you have to work on this to become a leader. So these are the three style leadership style: autocratic style, laissez-faire styles, and democratic styles. So this is simple thing. Autocratic leaders are directive or make some decisions from an individual or group, and these are a leader. And this laissez-faire leader gives other major role for making decision. They do not decide open, so free to decide so others. And the democratic styles, the leader is select the between the autocratic and leadership. That means people are decide who is being your leader. That is the democracy. Like in our India, all are we are elected who is being our leader. So these are the misconceptions. Leaders are born, not made. Leadership comes from the positions of group. Leaders make all decision for the group. Leaders are popular democratic. So these are the different misconceptions. So for today, this much. Uh, Next class we will discuss about other qualities of leaders and the communication. Uh, what is the effective communication? All the things. So that's all for today. We will meet Sunday 8 p.m. at the same time. Abbas Ali, Deepika, Rati. Okay, I will mark your attendance. Let's end for today's class here.